YouTube, what's going on? It's J&A Exotics, and we're back with another video today. So, as you guys can see, I have a special guest for the intro. She kept rubbing against my leg. This is Oreo. She wanted her camera time, so we're going to make her famous. But today I want to talk to you guys about handling and taming down green keeled bellied lizards. I want to show you guys what I've been doing and give you some tips and tricks, and hopefully it helps you guys out. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. So I had to put Oreo down because we're going to start handling these guys, but there's something I want to point out really quick before we do. Notice the enclosure height. So the enclosure stand sits about 3 feet tall, and this is an additional 24 inches up. So overall, where they bask, they're sitting just below 5 feet, right about here. With the green keeled bellied lizards being elevated off the ground like this, it helps reduce stress and it helps them feel safe and secure. Now we're going to start handling these guys, so I'm going to bring the camera over here. So really quick, there's going to be some ground rules, and this actually goes for any reptile, especially if they don't trust you. To start with, you don't want to just reach in there and grab the green keeled bellied lizard with your hands. It's going to run away from you, you're going to stress it out, freak it out, and you're probably going to end up getting bit. So in nature, some of their top predators are birds. So when you're going in the enclosure and doing this, you're literally simulating a bird's foot coming down, grabbing it, and pulling it out. You're gonna freak it out. Now these guys are very food driven, so what I like to do is lure them out with insects. Let the green keeled bellied lizard come to you, build a bond and a relationship. Now having a front opening enclosure with these guys actually helps out more when it comes to handling, because you can reach in at their level rather than coming in from above and again simulating a bird and having them potentially freak out on you. So basically what I'm gonna do is I have my feeder cup and I have my tongs here. I have a mealworm inside the tongs, and I'm gonna lure them out onto my arm. So I'm gonna show them the worm. The female sees it. I'm gonna put my arm out like so. And just like that. Now, she's on my hand, and she's probably gonna come all the way up my arm as I'm talking to you guys. But I've been working with these guys for about 2 weeks already, and the female has made substantial progress. She's actually great. So this is gonna be a little tough because my microphone's right here, but my camera's right here. So I wanna project my voice to my left while looking at the camera. But basically what you're gonna wanna do now is you don't wanna make any quick jerking movements. You wanna try to grab it. Your green keeled lizard, it's gonna climb all over you. It's gonna explore your body. As long as it's safe, as long as there's nothing that is gonna hurt it, just let it climb on you. Let it trust you. Let it build a bond. As you can see, she's just climbing. She's just exploring. I can't stress this enough. She's great. She's awesome. The male's a little trickier. So I am very fortunate to be able to work with this species again. I can't believe we found a breeding pair for that matter. And never mind these guys at that expo. The expo wasn't that big, and these were the only two at that expo. But green keeleds are becoming a little more popular now, which is great, and captive bred for that matter. But again, this species is just incredible. Look at them. They're like tree monitors. So as you guys can see, for the most part, I can do whatever I want. I can grab her tail. She's not going to freak out. I've made good progress with her the past 2 weeks. The male is a little different. He's a little on the slower side, but I'm hoping to change that. But these guys are just so awesome. Now, since she's doing such a good job, I obviously have to reward her. And there she goes. She's going to eat that right on my arm. She's going to get mealworm guts all over me. But it's okay. Now, I'm going to put her back in. I'm going to gently slide my hands under her, kind of guide her front legs, slow motion, put my feeding tongs down, get my other hand out because she's probably going to run away. She likes being out with me. And I'm just going to guide her into her enclosure. And she's now going to just go and do what she wants. Now, let's try the male. He's right about here. I don't want to spook him too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently slide my arm in there. I'm going to grab the mealworm on the tongues. I'm going to show it to him. Even if he just takes it off the tongs, he's interested. I'm going to gently and slowly drag the mealworm back. He kind of knows what's going on. He's a little more cautious. I'm going to gently and slowly pull my hand out of the enclosure. And now I'm going to give him the mealworm. If he doesn't take it and he wants to go back in, I'm going to let him. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Notice how I didn't force any behavior. I didn't force any interaction. He felt uncomfortable. He wanted to go back in, so I let him. It's important to do that because if the reptile does not trust you, you're not going to have that bond, and he's not going to come out and stay with you. So this is actually really important to take note of. I was going to try to make another handling attempt with the male. He ended up going inside, and I'm going to slowly point to him, and he went inside the cork round. So obviously that's where he feels safe and secure. I'm not going to try to lure him out with food. That's where he stays, and that's where he's going to feel safe and comfortable, and that's perfectly fine. But it's important to make sure that they feel comfortable. Sorry if you guys can hear the bearded dragon freaking out. He sees mealworms in a cup, so obviously he wants them. It's feeding time. But right where the male is, right near here, gotta get my finger right in the camera, right there is a crested gecko feeding ledge. Now I alternate that with water, and then when it's feeding time, I put dubia roaches, waxworms, mealworms in there. Crickets I just throw in the enclosure. But this allows them, if they don't want to leave the cork rounds, this allows them to feel safe and secure. They can drink water where they feel secure, and they can eat where they feel secure. Now, both hands are here. Just to wrap the video up, I want to stick my hand in there and show you guys the relationship. You can already see the relationship I built with the female through these steps. She loves coming out. So, even though it may seem repetitive, because it is, and you need to be repetitive and consistent, but these are the steps that you need to take to eventually get to a point where your green keeled bellied lizard is like this. That was like the 4th or 5th time the male sat on my hand like that, and every single time he does, it's super exciting because, as I mentioned, he usually doesn't want anything to do with me. But eventually I'll get to this point with him. It's just going to take a little more time because it is obviously a different individual, and they both have different mindsets. These guys are so awesome. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment down below if you like. Let me know if this helped you out, and I'll see you in the next one.